Okay, so this is the next video. We're going to take a look at the more of the upper body here and focus primarily on the arms and the rev phase of the throw. So looking here at Malik, definitely pretty solid pre-pass position here. If you look in terms of looking at where the ball is situated on his chest and the way his shoulders and elbows are much more relaxed than they were on his first throw of the day when we first got together. So that's a positive thing there. The one thing we do want to work on here is the angle of the football. Right now it's pointed straight downward. Okay, we want to see a little bit more of that angle that we had talked about, more of a 45-degree angle coming off the end of that, and that's going to really help promote the idea of the loaded wrist, which allows us to get that extra snap on the football on the release. But you can only get that snap on the release if you've got it in the pre-pass position. So that's going to be something that takes time and takes some getting used to, but we want to definitely work on loading that wrist and working on the idea of getting that football pointed at more of a 45-degree angle away from you, and that will help promote your wrist, putting it in a good position to start from. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the throw here again.
Ball.
Okay, in slow motion, if you look at the rev, the separation. Okay, so right now Malik is very big, very long, and very looping in his rev motion, in his separation motion. He also is taking that ball downward and the elbow coming upward, so his ball is coming down and his elbow is working up. That is going to create that elbow to wrist ratio that we're trying to promote a little bit more of an equal or evenness to. Back here we want to kind of keep the elbow and the ball along the same line instead of that inverted position. Okay, so in terms of that, when we look at our rev, we really want to think equal opposite. So you're going to separate slightly down and forward with the front arm, slightly down and forward with the back arm, so that we get our rev in a position that's going to put our arms kind of down and then extended, down and then extended, so that it's relatively equal and opposite in both positions. Okay, and you can see here where Malik's elbows are really rising up, elbows here coming up, and that's going to start to cause some issues. He also is really leading with his lead elbow towards his target. We want to see more of a forearm in front as opposed to an elbow in front. That's going to help keep him closed longer and help him get into a better squeeze position, because when you lead with the elbow like this, it tends to throw. Right now you can see it. When you lead with the elbow, you tend to then rip the elbow down to the side, and ripping the elbow, talking about right here, ripping that elbow promotes the shoulder up top opening up, and now out comes the chest in front, and that is now the chest kind of winning the race. So the more controlled you can be with your rev, and I say controlled, not slow, but consistent on the right path, the better position you're going to put yourself in for the what comes afterwards. Okay, so just looking at the rev, that separation, really want to work on kind of quieting those elbows and not letting the elbows lead us so much towards our target, first of all, and second of all in the rev itself. We want to think more hands. You want your hands to really take you from this position here. Hands are kind of bring it out and bring you out to rev in both directions. Okay, if the hands and wrists take you to rev instead of the elbows, that's going to certainly help you for the next phase, which is the race and squeeze.